E eccoci qui, signori e signori. Volevo vedere se riuscivo a sistemare un po' meglio il green screen. Un secondo soltanto. Siamo qui con Unmetal. E allora vediamo un attimo, fotocamera. Volevo di sistemare un attimo qui. Sistemo così e poi di base dovrei. Mi sembra di aver già risolto. Sì, sì, va bene, lo accettiamo. Ok, bene, iniziamo. Allora, riguardiamo un attimo il video, schermo intero. Ok, proviamo. Via. Sostanzialmente sarebbe un videogioco parodia dei primi Metal Gear, quindi parliamo dei giochi per MSX, non del primo capitolo per il PlayStation 1. Facile normale, difficile, Iron Man. Però facciamo normale. Continua, carica, opzioni per il menu principale. Controlliamo ancora il green screen, va bene, ok. Continua. Menu principale, sì. Ah beh, inizia nuova partita. Sì, facile. Ok, menu principale, sì. Non si sente neanche il gioco adesso. Come una roba va? Riavvia il volo. Secondo me si è buggato. Allora. Ok, ora compare l'audio.
Once upon a time, a Soviet war helicopter entered Allied territory. The aircraft was intercepted and Once upon a time, a Soviet war helicopter entered Allied territory. The aircraft was intercepted and shot down. As the pilot emerged from the wreckage, he was arrested by the same bastards who shot him down, then later was brought to a military base for interrogation. That pilot was me.
Name?
My name is Fox. Jesse Fox.
You don't seem to be Russian.
Russian? Me?
You were piloting a Russian aircraft 2 hours ago.
I also drive a Toyota, and I'm not Japanese.
All right, Mr. Fox. Before arresting you, I'm obligated to write down a report with your version of the facts. So tell us what the hell you were doing in that heavily armed Soviet helicopter.
It's a long story.
Sergeant, bring us some coffee.
Yes, sir. Wachowski, bring the lieutenant some coffee.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Fox, we have plenty of time. Explain what happened.
In 1972, a crack commando unit threw me in a prison for a crime I didn't commit.
You're under arrest for a crime you didn't commit!
I promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the underground, trying to survive from these soldiers of fortune.
Capitolo 1. La grande fuga.
Let's start from the beginning. How did you escape from that cell?
Piece of cake. I just had to write a note.
A note? Where'd you get the paper from?
I used toilet paper.
I see. And how did you find a pen?
A pen? I was in a dirty, grimy cell, not in an office. I wrote the note with a rusty wire, using my own blood as ink. I scratched my arm with the wire and got to work. It wasn't easy. The toilet paper tore under the pressure of the bloody wire. Those bastards gave us cheap paper, one ply, unscented, and unpatterned.
Why did you break the toilet? Why not grab the paper like a normal person?
You know how prison is. It's kill or be killed. And I wasn't going to be killed by some dirty toilet.
Hey, you moron! Holy Jesus. You schmuck. Do you really think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself? Kill myself? Ah.
I left the guard locked in the cell. Then I threw away the key and got out of there.
Mr. Fox, what about the noose? Where did you get that from?
Where did I get the noose? Are you seriously asking me that?
I am, Mr. Fox.
I'll tell you later.
Passo.
When leaving the cell, I found myself in a prison yard surrounded by some buildings. There were piles of boxes and other stuff here and there. And the ground was plain dirt. Oh, and it was night. box contained some filthy cloth scraps. I made some handy bandages to prepare for when I would get wounded. Bad news, dirty cloth rags don't heal you. They just stop the bleeding, and I ain't got time to bleed. Good news, I could reuse these rags as much as I wanted. Good dirty cloth is hard to come by.
Be quiet.
I thought everyone would be asleep at night, that it was safe to escape. I was dead wrong. I noticed the presence of two guards on the night shift.
Escaping prisoner!
Mm.
Bloody slave.
I thought everyone would be asleep at night, that it was safe to escape. I was dead wrong. I noticed the presence of one guard on the night shift.
Bloody slave. Bloody slave. Stop it.
You bastard! Screw yourself in that cell.
Okay.
Stop it. Bloody slave. Stop it. Be quiet. Bloody slave.
You bastard! Screw yourself in that cell.
Ok, quindi non si risolve nulla. Va bene.
I thought everyone would be asleep at night, that it was safe to... One guard on the night shift.
Stoffa sporca di muco.
I need to pee. Ah, that's better. Back to work.
Let me sleep! Stop it! Let me sleep! Let me sleep!
Hey, over here. Hello? You talking to me?
Affirmative. My name is Colonel Alan Harris, 5th Battalion.
I'm Jesse Fox.
Rank?
I'm not military, Colonel.
Then tell me, Fox, what the hell are you doing here?
I've been jailed for a crime I didn't commit. Do you know how to get out of here?
Try to escape through any sewer. There must be one nearby. 'Cause it stinks when it's hot. Once outside, move along at nighttime and sleep during the day.
What about you, Colonel?
I've been tortured. My legs won't make it. But if you bring me a radio, I can help you escape.
Hold on, Harris. Are you sure you heard him say Alan Harris?
Yes, sir. Saw him yesterday.
Look, Mr. Fox, Colonel Harris died a month ago in an ambush.
Well, it's the name that stubborn old man gave me.
I see. I'll write down on the report that you talked to Colonel Harris after his death. Continue your story.
As I was saying, I searched for a radio to bring him.
Finisci il gioco senza usare un vasino. Finisci il gioco nella modalità difficile. Completa la grande fuga.
Under some crates, I found my salvation. A sewer hole. There was no ladder, and I couldn't see the bottom. I needed to find a ladder or rope if I wanted to go down.
Usa il cesso per salvare la partita. Ah, ok.
I picked up the guard's radio. Without encryption, I knew other guards could listen in on my conversations with Harris.
I see. You still haven't told me how you got that noose.
I'll tell you later. As I was saying, I needed to find a special encryption circuit to install in the radio. I took a coin off the guard.
Money? What'd you intend to spend it on? I suspect there's no shops open for an escapee on a midnight run.
Who said anything about spending? I used it to distract soldiers. I quickly found out that guards love picking up free coins off the ground.
Be quiet.
Mike! Escaping prisoner! I heard something.
I picked up the guard's radio. Without encrypt... I took a coin off the...
Metallo pesante e robusto. Palla di uranio impoverito, ok.
I heard something.
You stole a one-eyed man's patch?
A one-eyed man that would shoot me without hesitation.
Because it was his job. What you did was macabre and suggest you might have a fetish.
Holy Jesus.
Well, that patch turned out to be handy to create a lethal weapon.
You removed his glass eye too?
Yes, I took it out of his eye socket to chill out.
To chill out? Pulling out glass eyes relaxes you?
I'm not a sadist. I didn't enjoy pulling it out, but it helped when I rolled it around in my mouth like candy. I was under a lot of pressure. Too much stress and I'd end up making a mistake.
Be quiet. Stop it. Stop it.
Hey, buddy. I have no paper. Can you bring me some?
Here you are.
Thanks, man. You saved my ass, literally.
You broke down the door and attacked a guard while he was on the toilet?
Yes, I beat the shit out of him.
Is that a joke?
No, I literally beat the shit out of him. That toilet paper wasn't unscented anymore.
Let's move on.
I ran into a guard as I went in. Luckily, the guy was sleeping. That bastard was going to have a rude awakening.
Vasino vuoto. Ok.
the lethal weapon you created with the patch was a slingshot? Sort of childish, don't you think? What were you going to shoot? Pebbles?
Depleted uranium balls. 3 shots, and goodbye, guard.
Ok, non sprechiamo altri proiettili. Un solo velo, niente disegni e profumata di fresco. Al display digitale. La sua vista ti innervosisce. Luce candela invitante, radio non crittografata. Però non so come, cosa dove utilizzare il Cosmo, vabbè. Salvataggio rapido della partita, ma viene perduto se esci dal gioco. Ok.
With those first aid kits, I could disinfect and heal my wounds. Good news, those kits stopped any bleeding and also healed my wounds over time. Bad news, once you used them, they were gone.
Hey, a coin!
Chissà perché lo sapevo.
Psst. Do you want a cigarette? Psst. Do you want a cigarette?
With those first aid kits, I could disinfect.
Hey, a coin! Psst. Do you have a cigarette? Thanks, dude. Hey, do you have a light? Thanks, dude.
Hey, give me my lighter back.
What lighter?
You bastard. Screw yourself in that cell.
Fa ancora un po' di fumo.
The lethal weapon you created with the...
Non testerò oltre la mia fortuna.
Hey, Mike, can you tell them again? Of course. The Sarge says to the soldier, someone sent you a blank letter. The soldier says, it's from my wife, Sergeant. How do you know that, soldier? Because we argued and we don't talk to each other. The soldier says to his captain, sir...
Pugno d'acciaio. Colpisci 2 volte quando il nemico scatola. Quando il nemico scatola ha più di un punto ferita. La tua velocità aumenta del 10%, più 35% se non ci sono nemici nella stanza. Pugno.
I need to request leave for this weekend. Why do you need it, Private? I'm gonna have a baby, sir. Congratulations, request granted. Next week, the captain asks him, Private, was it a boy or a girl? And the soldier replies, I don't know, sir. I'll find out in 9 months. What's in your closet, Private? It's water, sir. Don't lie to me. This is wine. Praise the Lord. Hey, a coin. You're not going to pick it up, right? Yeah, why not? Come on, Mike. It's the oldest trick ever. As soon as you crouch down, smack! Smack what? The owner will show up and kick your ass. The Sarge says to the soldier, someone sent you a blank letter. The soldier says, it's from my wife, Sergeant. How do you know that, soldier? Because we argued and we don't talk to each other. The soldier says to his captain, sir... I need to request leave for this weekend. Why do you need it, Private? I'm gonna have a baby, sir. Congratulations, request granted. Now, did you hear that? Could it be an escaping prisoner? Being so noisy? Nah, maybe it's Mike playing a joke on us. Just pay no attention. The Sarge says to the soldier, someone sent you a blank letter. soldier says.
Why did you keep punching those crates? What did you expect to happen?
Nothing in particular.
Then why this gratuitous violence?
I don't know. I suppose I got lost in the moment. You know, for being imprisoned for a crime I didn't commit.
It's from my wife, Sergeant. How do you know that, soldier? Because we argued and we don't talk to each other.
Ok, c'è qualcos'altro.
The soldier says to his captain, "Sir, I need to request..." Escaping prisoner!
I was injured and losing blood. I had to heal that wound before I bled to death.
Be quiet. Stop it. Be quiet. Be quiet.
C'è la descrizione della corda. Semplicemente ci vedo al buio. Protegge gli occhiali dalla luce. Protegge gli occhi dalla luce, sì, gli occhiali. Va bene, allora.
I reached a special place where I found something.
What, Mr. Fox?
It was... what was it? Damn, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, now I remember. It was that damn grenade guy. I wanted to punch the hell out of him, but I couldn't reach him.
Why couldn't you reach him?
There was a ditch.
A simple ditch stopped you?
This was no mere simple ditch. It was full of tentacles. And blood-stained spears that moved up and down. And bony arms that tried to grab me. And deadly lays.
Okay, Mr. Fox. I get it. You couldn't reach him. For your own good, I'll not include the spears, arms, and tentacles in my report. Now, Mr. Fox, please continue your story.
All right. The fight began as he tossed the first grenade at me.
Grenade guy. Bene, bene. Scontro intenso, direi.
Oh, yeah, now I remember. Running away. I'll be stupid, but not a coward. Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Questo è il primo.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Ho perso una moneta, non si può continuare.
Oh, yeah.
Bravo Pirla.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ma dai! Avevo pure sconfitto la prima volta, praticamente. Vabbè.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Boss defeated.
I searched the grenade guy.
Wait, wasn't there a ditch?
I used the bridge.
What bridge? But you told me you couldn't cross the ditch.
Because I didn't see it at first. I was completely focused on my opponent, the grenade guy.
I see.
hurt something.
I had the circuit. I just had to attach it to the radio. With the modified radio, I could speak to Harris with no one listening. Now, I just had to bring it to him.
And the noose?
Later. Here you are, Colonel. A radio. I've modified it to encrypt the signal.
Oh, good job, son. Do you have another one for you?
Not yet. I'll call you through Channel 1 as soon as I find another.
Good luck, son. And Godspeed.
Moneta buttata.
Hey, bro, help me. Get me out of this hole.
If you're in a cell, it's because you committed a crime. And I don't free criminals.
But you're a prisoner too.
I've been imprisoned for a crime I didn't commit.
Fuck you. Hey, friend, I'm also innocent.
That's what they all say.
Please, they keep the key in that box.
Hold on, I'm opening it.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, what a pity. The key broke.
You bastard!
Hasta la vista. was about to go down that hole when I remembered that I still hadn't radioed the Colonel.
Vuoi vedere che avendo eliminato tutte le guardie adesso siamo un po' fregati? Guarda che adesso casualmente ecco una roba in più. Va a girare.
With the radio encrypted, I could talk to Harris. I wouldn't have been able to escape without his help. I hate to admit it, but the grumpy old man gave some good advice. Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
I found a rope to go down the sewer.
And you're not down yet? What the hell are you waiting for?
I'm on it, Colonel. I couldn't see the bottom of that hole, but I anchored the rope and I went down.
Capitolo 2. Qualcosa puzza di losco.
I anchored the rope and went down into the pitch darkness. Finally, I touched ground. I was in a sewer composed of narrow passages. There were channels of rotten water and narrow sidewalks, and the typical pipes and waste everywhere. It smelled like shit. The putrid air was barely breathable. But once my lungs got used to that stench, I started to investigate my surroundings. First off, I had to check the depth of the water. Jesse here. Over. Shit, there's no signal down here. Jesse here. Over. Shit, there's no signal down here.
Ok.
I dipped the severed arm in the water to calculate the depth. As soon as I did, it started shaking. When I pulled it back out, there was nothing but bones. I couldn't explain what I saw, but my instincts told me this water might be dangerous. I'm not gonna lie, I had trouble getting where I needed to go. In fact, I had to build a floating platform to get through. Worse yet, everything down there was out for my blood.
Hold on, Mr. Fox. What exactly did you say attacked you?
What you just heard. Some sort of hybrid between piranha and human.
A human piranha attacked you? I see. And in your opinion, could you elaborate how this hybrid could exist?
That question kept gnawing at the back of my brain the entire day. I dwelled on it over and over again. And after seeing everything I saw on that base, their facilities, their experiments, their labs, I reached the only logical explanation.
And what was that, Mr. Fox?
That a woman, hell-bent on becoming a mother, was unable to afford standard artificial insemination. So she sought illicit services on the black market instead. And you know how the black market is. They scam you with any fake shit. She took up an offer from a back alley doctor who did the operation as requested. But she had yet to find out that she was actually fertilized with piranha sperm.
Jesus, poor woman.
Months passed, and she became the mother of a school of human piranha hybrids. The horrified woman flushed them down the toilet. They ended up in the sewers, where they would keep reproducing, creating a colony of human piranha hybrids, the same ones that attacked me. I considered floating the drums on the water and walking across, but they weren't very stable. I considered floating the drums on the water and walking across, but they weren't. I considered floating the drums on the water and walking across, but they weren't very stable.
Son, do you copy?
Copy, Colonel.
I've been trying to contact you.
There was no signal down in the sewers.
Have you already escaped? Where are you now?
Not much progress. I should still be near the prisons.
Are you kidding me, Fox? You're still too damn close. You need to travel farther before coming topside.
I know, but there are sewer channels blocking my way.
Then build something to cross them, Fox. Find some materials. Where are you exactly?
I think I'm in the office of some sort of officer.
You should search for classified files about Operation Jericho. Take them with you. They're up to something. I don't know what. We must find out.
Before leaving the office, I called Harris to let him know that I found the files. Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
I found some documents. Operation Jericho. Looks like it talks about an attack plan?
Attack? Against what, son?
I have no idea. It's encoded. I'll keep searching for more documents, Colonel.
Operation Jericho is a rumor only known by a few officers and, of course, the enemy. How did you find out about it, Mr. Fox?
As I told you, Colonel Harris asked me to search for files about it.
The deceased Colonel Harris? Yes.
I had the feeling that this officer didn't believe anything I was saying.
It's understandable. I don't believe you either.
Oh, really? Well, Miss Incredulous, why ask me to tell you the story?
Well, I like the way you tell it. And since there are no theaters here.
Great.
So, what was Operation Jericho?
Turns out that location was actually a clandestine base. With a company codenamed X-Army, commanded by someone named General X. They were planning a large-scale attack against Allied posts.
And that plan was?
Be patient. That comes later.
Hey! Don't be like that. Come on, tell me.
The officer that was taking my statement was also curious about what I knew.
And what exactly do you know about Operation Jericho, Mr. Fox?
That it was a hell of an operation. Harris and I knew the details thanks to the files we found. Correction, I found.
Again, how much did you exactly find out?
Let me continue. You'll find out later. I considered floating the drums on the water and walking across. Jesse here. Over. Shit, there's no signal down here.
Sergeant Roscoe here. What? Escaped? How? Through the sewers? Shit! No, don't send anyone. If he hides like a rat, he will die like a rat. Switch on the shredders. just hear a rat. Get out from your hole, you cowardly vermin! Look what the cat dragged in. The escaped prisoner. You've got some big balls coming here, rodent.
The situation was foobar. He was armed and hunkered down behind his desk. I was screwed.
So what did you do?
In 5 nanoseconds, I scrutinized the room and noticed a very subtle detail. There was a large globe in the middle of the room. I already had what I needed to take him down. I couldn't use the radio at that time. I couldn't use the radio at that time.
Ok.
Huh. Did I? Huh. You're pissing me off.
Però funziona.
Huh.
Tale pirlata, però.
Huh. Huh.
Allora, riproviamo. Ma se provassi a colpirlo con la fionda?
Shredders. That asshole Roscoe ordered to have them activated. Later they would be a pain in my ass, but they'd end up saving it too.
E boh. Sì, ma non mi far salire e scendere.
Pissing me off!
Però sì, ho capito. Perché prima facevo troppo di fretta. Ok.
pissing me off.
Maledizione. Ma dai!
Pissing me off.
E mi hai anche ucciso. Fame.
Pissing me off. Damn you.
Boss defeated. As I proceeded down the sewer sidewalk, I noticed a path nearby I couldn't reach.
Why not?
It was across the sewer water.
What was the distance to the other side?
Around 10 yards.
Hold on. Weren't those channels narrow? You're contradicting yourself, Mr. Fox.
That's because the sewer fumes were psychotropic and messing with my senses.
I see.
I realized I needed something to cross to the other side. I considered floating the drums on the water and walking across, but they weren't very...
there? Damn cat. Who's there? Damn T-Rexes. Hold on, weren't they extinct? Base, escaping prisoner. Send backup. Who's there? Who's there? Damn T-Rexes. Hold on, weren't they extinct? Base, escaping prisoner. Send backup.
Heading east, I ran into a hound.
A puppy. You didn't hurt it, did you?
A puppy? That monster was the size of a horse. Even so, I wanted to see if it was friendly. Puppy, puppy, are you a good boy? But that hound was trained to kill. Its bloody eyes looked at me like I was a well-done steak.
Who's there? Who's there?
It's Mike!
Fuck, Mike, you scared me.
I'm sorry. Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's okay.
Heading south, I ran into a couple of trucks. That was my big chance to escape. But first, I had to get rid of the guards.
Base, escaping prisoner. Send backup.
Heading south, I ran into a couple of trucks.
Base, escaping prisoner. Send backup.
Heading south, I ran into a couple of trucks.
Heard something. Base, escaping prisoner. Send backup.
Once the guards were history, I examined the engine. I took a glance and my worst fears came true. It was an old diesel engine with no AdBlue or particulate filter.
What does that mean?
Running away in that truck would have polluted the area with nitrogen oxides and microparticles. And I wasn't willing to sacrifice the environment for a hasty retreat. So I armed myself with patience, and I kept searching for another way to escape.
Well, Jesse, I didn't know you were so eco-friendly.
Well, it's nothing really.
I heard something.
Mr. Fox, I'm still waiting on an explanation for the noose.
Later, officer. Heading east, I ran into a hound.
A puppy. You didn't hurt it, did you?
A puppy? That monster was the size of a horse. Even so, I wanted to see if it was friendly. Puppy, puppy, are you a good boy? But that hound was trained to kill. Its bloody eyes looked at me like I was a well-done steak.
No, a questo punto fammi fuori e basta, gli facciamo il pezzo.
I heard something. I heard something.
Quindi il cane non lo posso menare.
Mr. Fox, I'm still waiting on an explanation for the noose.
Later, officer. Heading east, I ran into a hound.
A puppy. You didn't hurt it, did you?
A puppy? That monster was the size of a horse. Even so, I wanted to see if it was friendly. Puppy, puppy.
Watch out. There's that guard looking here. If you move, he'll see you.
Tell me when he's not looking.
That bastard won't move. He's over here all the time.
Fuck.
Hold on. I have an idea. Yo, Mike! Mike! Mike!
Shut up!
I got pictures of your mom naked in the bathtub. Wanna buy them? Real cheap.
You bastard! I'm done with his shit. Just go shoot that bastard. I'm already on my way. Burn in hell! Hurts. Moron.
No, Robert! Va bene, andiamo a salvare Robert. Allora, prima di tutto, moneta.
I heard something. Base, escaping prisoner. Send backup.
Ha funzionato lo stesso.
Mr. Fox, I'm still waiting on an explanation for the...
Heading east.
Watch out. There's a guard looking here. If you move, he'll see you.
Tell me when he's not looking.
That bastard won't move. He's over here all the time.
Fuck.
Hold on. I have an idea. Yo, Mike! Mike! Mike!
Shut up!
I got pictures of your mom naked in the bathtub. Wanna buy them? Real cheap.
You bastard! I'm done with his shit. Just go shoot that bastard. I'm already on my way. Burn in hell!
Heading east.
Watch out.
Face.
I was so hungry that I almost bit into the raw steak. But I remembered that it's a crime to kill an animal for its meat.
Are you vegetarian?
No, killing them is a crime. That's why I eat them when they're still alive.
Nice.
Thanks for the help.
Thank you for knocking out that dick.
By the way, name's Jesse Fox.
I'm Mike.
Hold on. Don't tell me the prisoner was also named Mike.
No. Hold on. It wasn't Mike.
I'm Robert.
Let's see if I can get you out of here, Robert.
Thanks, Fox, but no. If you escape, they'll shoot you. And I'd rather be jailed than buried. You don't have a radio, do you?
Hold on. I'll get one for you.
I heard something.
Ah, la piattaforma, eccola qui.
Hey, Robert.
Did you get that radio?
Yeah, here you go.
Thanks, Fox. I'll call you if I find out anything.
If you want to talk, use channel 2.
Okay, now get out of here before the guards show up.
Useless stuff. Useless stuff.
Are you there?
Here I am, Robert. Hey, Robert, you don't look like a military man.
Of course not. I'm a photographer.
Hold on. You're not a paparazzi, are you?
Haha, that's right. A paparazzi. And one of the worst kind, too.
Damn, Robert, you must have fucked up royally to end up locked in here.
I've seen things I wasn't meant to, Fox.
Colonel, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Fox.
I have a wooden platform.
So what are you waiting for? Get back to the sewers and keep running.
I'm not so sure it'll hold my weight.
Be creative, son. Look for floats of some kind and attach them under the platform.
Jesse here. Do you copy?
I hear you.
Hey, how did they catch you?
I was in the outskirts of Katsawa, taking some pictures of a bunch of military trucks. There was too much security. They were obviously hiding something. I couldn't clearly see what they were loading, so I got closer. Turns out, I got too close. Next thing you know, I was surrounded by a bunch of pricks, aiming rifles at my head.
Did you at least manage to see what they were loading?
Sure did, but I was disappointed.
What did you see?
Concrete.
Concrete? Are you kidding?
2 huge rectangular concrete blocks. Each could barely fit into a truck.
You were imprisoned for a piece of concrete? Fuck, man. I'd be disappointed too.
Too much security for something so mundane. But enough about me. You should get back to your escape, my friend.
Robert, still there?
Yep.
Fox here. Over.
What is it, Fox?
How were you captured?
We were heading to Cantor, a neutral zone, when we were ambushed. No one else survived. I doubt anyone back at base expects me to be alive either.
Colonel, do you copy?
Copy. How's it coming along? Did you build a float platform?
Not yet. I'm still searching for something that floats to attach under the platform.
Una piattaforma attaccata a contenitori di plastica per attraversare
After
l'acqua.
making the platform, I had what I needed to cross the sewer channels to freedom. Colonel, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Fox.
Hey, Colonel, any idea where we are?
We're somewhere in Candoro, near the coast.
How do you know that?
I've heard conversation, and the air smells of salt.
Hey, Colonel, still alive?
Affirmative, son. Do you know about any attack in the last month?
Not at all, Colonel. Although the press says what they want to say.
Damn press bastards. What are they good for?
Absolutely nothing. Fox here. Over.
What is it, Fox?
Colonel, why have you been tortured?
They're trying to retrieve classified information from me, son. I told lies, of course. Soon they'll find out, and they'll probably kill me.
Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
Robert, do you copy?
Yo!
Ok, non ci sono altri dialoghi.
Hold on, Mr. Fox. The platform just vanished.
What? Of course not. I picked it up every time I got to the other side.
You didn't mention that. Sounded like it vanished.
Well, I didn't feel like I had to mention something so obvious.
Then should I write down that you picked up the platform every time you used it?
Yes, of course.
Well, Mr. Fox, please continue with your story. Mr. Fox. The noose.
Later.
Don't try my patience, Mr. Fox.
La randomicità con cui spawna quel piranha coso. Ma... Vabbè. Proviamo.
Anyway, how many rats were down there?
Hell yeah. The sewer was infested with assassin rats. They were everywhere, rushing to devour me alive. It was horrible. Felt like I was a huge chunk of cheese. Inside some debris, I found an old flamethrower. It was in bad condition, but I could fix it. The worst part was the fuel tank was savagely chewed apart. It couldn't be saved, so I set out to replace it. After the repairs, my flamethrower was ready. The tubes were covered in rust, so I took great care to avoid overheating it. I had to replace the flamethrower's broken fuel tank before I could... After the repairs, my flamethrower was ready.
Ci dobbiamo fare tutta la strada di nuovo da capo. Palle.
After the repairs, my flamethrower.
Ma li mortacci tua.
After the repairs, my flamethrower was ready.
Quell'unico sorcio!
After the repairs, my
Secondo soltanto. Ecco. Mettiamoci. No, non è qui dov'è. No, diciamo così. Sì, è questo. Ecco. Ah no, da qua proprio. Che vabbè. Allora.
After the repairs, my
Inizio. Ma che... Vabbè. Pannelli. Certo. Ecco. Fatto.
after the repairs, my flamethrower.
Andate a cagare. Cioè, so perfettamente il perché, però per l'amor del cielo.
After the repairs, my
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
Sewer junk.
Ugh. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 24 tentacles.
You son of a bitch. Bang.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah.
And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 6 tentacles.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 4 pairs of tentacles.
Ma va a cagare. Quindi le risposte esatte 6.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 6 tentacles.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
Io pirla. Allora, vediamo un po'.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it. It had 6 tentacles.
No, l'ho fatto tutto con lanciafiamme.
You must have been very lonely down there. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it. It had 6 tentacles.
Perché non mi decido a prendere prima il medikit e poi dopo a fare sta benedetta boss fight?
You must have been very lonely down there. Ugh. And that thing had tentacles?
It had 6 tentacles.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
Ugh. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it. It had 6 tentacles.
You must have been very lonely down there. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 6 tentacles.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 6 tentacles.
L'amor del cielo. Dai. Non è così complicato, dai, alla fine. Non è così complicato. Devo solo non skippare il dialogo perché così ne escono meno
You must have
sorci.
been very lonely down there.
Puoi selezionare 4. No, 6. Puoi semplicemente dargli fuoco. C'è anche una MSX conficcata da qualche parte in 2 carapace.
And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 6 tentacles.
Por...
You must have been very lonely down there. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 6 tentacles.
You must have been very lonely down there. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, it had 6 tentacles.
Ma che cacchio. Vabbè.
You must have been very lonely down there. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 6 tentacles.
Tutti.
You must have been very lonely down there.
Nah, I had some company.
And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, it had 2 dozen tentacles.
You must have been very lonely down there. And that thing had tentacles?
Well, now that you mention it, had two.
Oh. La buona notizia è che almeno spacca subito il ponte, di conseguenza dovrò pensare a una sola linea di sorce alla volta, però
You must have been very lonely down there.
cioè se sto da questo lato di qua è meglio.
And that thing had
It had 24.
Ok, dai.
You must have been very lonely down there. And that thing had
It had 24. nearly had that thing dead, but then my luck turned south. The old flamethrower? Exploded due to a gasoline leak.
Pure io coglione, in effetti, devo ammetterlo, nel senso.
You must have been very lonely down there. Ugh. And that thing?
It had 24 tentacles. I nearly had that thing dead, but then my luck turned south. The old flamethrower broke apart as I continued the fight. So I finished it the old-fashioned way, with my fists.
Boss defeated.
Non esattamente a pugni, ma vabbè. Ah beh, giusto. Per quanto magari prima potrebbe convenire.
Mr. Fox, the gallows noose, tell me how you got it.
I'll tell you later.
Enough! You've tried my patience, Mr. Fox. Tell me right now how you got that damn noose, or I'll kick your ass and throw you in isolation.
Okay, no need for that. I was just about to tell you. I asked Mike, the prison guard, to make a noose so I could hang myself. And he brought me one, thinking I would do it. That's all.
What about the broccoli?
Broccoli? What are you talking about?
My apologies, Mr. Fox. I think I mixed something up.
Is that really how you got the news?
Of course not. I lied to the officer.
Why?
Because no one threatens me to tell the truth.
Then how did you really get the news?
I'll tell you later.
Nella tana del leone.
The light at the end of the tunnel was not the jungle I was hoping for. Instead, I found myself in what looked like an office. With cabinets, desks, and of course, a damn guard. Later, I'd realized that I was in one of the two main buildings of the military base. The building had 3 floors, hidden secrets, and a few unexpected surprises. Anyway, I headed towards the only exit, which was close to the first floor office I started in. In the beginning, I didn't know exactly where I was, but I knew for sure I wasn't outside. Now that I could get a signal, calling the colonel crossed my mind. But I realized I didn't have much to report. Speak of the devil.
Son, do you copy?
Copy, Colonel.
For the love of God, where have you been? I thought you were dead.
As I said, Colonel, there's no signal in the sewers.
Give me a sit rep, son.
My report. After crossing a mile of smelly, mutant-infested shit streams, fighting thousands of rodents and nearly being torn apart by some shredders, I managed to get out of there, and I'm still in this fucking military base.
Don't lose your marbles, son. You have plenty of nighttime and they don't know your location. Take advantage of this and get the hell out of there. Just don't forget the documents. We need to find out more about Operation Jericho.
If I make it out alive, will you write me a recommendation letter?
If you make it out, we'll give you a damn purple cross. Over and out.
I had no doubt that the colonel worked for the government.
Why is that?
Because the only thing that old bastard did was demand, demand, demand. Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
Still searching for the exit of the building.
Report to me when you find it.
Colonel, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Fox.
Still searching for the exit of the building.
Report to me when you find it.
Jesse here. Do you copy?
I hear you.
Robert, still there.
Yep.
Perfetto. E direi che con il salvataggio nel gabinettino noi per oggi ci salutiamo. Ci sentiamo domani con il prossimo episodio di Unmetal con il completamento dello stage 3. Signori, è stato un piacere e alla prossima.